Okay, it's live. Okay. Hey guys, it's me again, May to December. And my eye's a little bit funny because it's in the middle of the night, so I apologise for that. I just got done watching Dead and Buried on Blu-ray from Blue Underground. The case, nothing special. It's just got the disc uh, and the picture of the woman sticking the needle into the guy's eye. The film was the first time I saw it. It's from 1981, and it stars, let's see, it stars James Fiorentino of The Final Countdown. He plays the sheriff, Danny, I think his name is, and it's got Oscar winner Jack Albertson as the mortician Dobby, basically. And it was alright. Basically, the film starts off, and this photographer's on the beach, and this woman's hitting on him, saying, "Oh, you have to be quite a good photographer and a professional to do that." So he flirts with her. She basically offers him some hanky-panky. He goes up to kiss her, and all these people surround him and start beating him up and kill him. Basically, what they do is they put him in a net rope up against a thing. They pour gasoline or petrol over him, wherever you are in the world, and set him alight. They then leave his body inside a car. Now, you don't find out anything about it until you find the next person. Oh, sorry, I missed out saying this is a Potter's Bluff. And there's a small bitty part from Robert England, from Nightmare on Elm Street and hundreds of other things. Everybody knows Robert England. If you don't, you don't know horror. I'm afraid of this generation anyway, in the 80s and 90s. Isn't it in a bit part? It doesn't really say much. He has a few lines, and he's even there in the movie. But it's good to see him young, you know, because he would have thought he'd become a big icon if you just saw him in that. So basically, they put his body into a car. You don't see this, and the sheriff calls up Dobby the mortician, and he comes and he has a look at the body, and the sheriff says to him, "Is there any chance that the body could have been moved?" And he goes, "Can't really tell." So then later on, more people start getting killed over time. One family get away and you never see them again. A hitchhiker girl gets killed, and basically you don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden, one of the guys, I can't remember, someone in the village says to him, "I saw the dead person walking the street." And obviously the chef doesn't believe him. So he takes some pictures, and his wife's acting a bit peculiar with the way she's teaching people, like witchcraft and voodoo and all this, you know, about it all. And he starts going around researching, basically trying to find out what's going on. And the hitchhiker, the mortician, he basically puts her on and sorts her out, and then she comes to life after he leaves the place. And it turns out that the dead people walk alive, and that they're just living in the town basically and killing people who are visiting because they don't want them to find out the secret, I'm guessing. I originally thought it was because they weren't welcome. The film itself, I didn't find scary. I guess you could call it a zombie movie to a degree. I didn't find it scary. I can imagine why people would have liked it in 1981, because 1981 would have been like years and years before you've seen all this stuff over and over and over again. What's that guy's name? Jack Albertson was fantastic as the mortician guy. I mean, at the end, he just blew my mind. He was awesome. I mean, he was fantastic. The guy who played the sheriff, James Fiorentino, he was really good as well. Really enjoyed him. His acting and James Albertson's were fantastic. Spot on. The real reason to watch the movie is them two, because they've got great chemistry. And the story to me wasn't that great, but watching them was worth watching the film. The ending was quite interesting. I have to admit, the shock ending right at the end didn't surprise me that much, especially considering everything you saw. Like, if everybody's a zombie, practically, why wouldn't you be, you know? So I didn't really think the movie was fantastic. To me, it's dated quite a bit. What I liked about it was it had that old 80s feel. You know, when the corridors were kind of like smoky and and it had that kind of old effect, like the old Phantasm movie had, when it was on regular TV before the HD, and it was all kind of like, oh, smoky and weird and creepy, and that's what it was like. And it was like this guy. It's like this. There was a bit in it where the person in charge of basically zombies says to him, "They're dead, right?" And basically, what they know is what I tell them to know, and basically, I control what they say, what they do. Well, if that's the case, right at the ending, why would he be looking? Why would Dan or the sheriff or whatever his name is? Why would he be looking to find out the truth if apparently he was dead? It was like what, and it just seemed really strange. So I kind of feel like there was a lot of plot holes there in some aspects. The disc itself looked really nice. It had that 80s feel, which, to be honest with you, I don't think I'd want to lose if I was watching an 80s movie on Blu-ray. I want that smoke. I want that little bit of grain. And but nothing really seems to happen. I mean, for the first hour, just under, people were getting killed and brought back to life, and you're kind of like, where's this going? But yeah, it's an alright film. It's a fun watch if you're bored and you find it cheap. It says on here, it's from the creators of Alien, Bring a New Terror to Earth, and it's written by Ronald Shusett and Dan O'Bannon from Alien, and directed by Gary A. Sherman. And featuring ultra grisly gore effects by Oscar winner Sam Winston. Well, I didn't think it was that gory at all. When their face and that start crumbling, it wasn't really that scary because it just looked like over-the-top plasticine put on their face to me. I mean, it was good makeup, but you know what I'm saying. There's a bit where a hand comes off and it keeps moving. Other than that, I wouldn't call it that gory. There's a great scene in it where one of the guys survives and he's all wrapped up in bandages. And the sheriff wants to talk to him, and the guy says, "You're not going to make much sense of what he's saying," because he's out of it. And a nurse goes in there, who turns out to be one of the, I guess, zombies. Goes in there and she goes, "Oh, let me make it better for you." Gets this massive needle, like this big on the needle bit. Not the syringe, the needle, right? Sticks it right in his eye. That was good, but there was no gore from that, no blood whatsoever. But yeah, I like the movie, but it's one of those movies I won't watch again for a very long time. I found it alright, but I also found it very dull in places. So yeah, basically, I recommend it if you want to see an old 80s film. You can put it that way. An old 80s film, or film that maybe you fancy watching, or maybe if you like zombie films, or films that really ain't awesome but they're okay, so basically I recommend it. And on the special features, in case people wonder, you get audio commentary with director Gary A. Sherman. You get a second audio commentary with co-producer Robert Sussit and actress Linda Turley. Audio commentary 3 with cinematographer Steve Poster, Stan Winston's Dead and Buried EFX, Robert Englund, an early work of horror, Dan O'Bannon creating fear and theatrical trailers. So you get quite a good bit of special features on there. I'm guessing the Robert Englund special feature would be pretty good. I might watch that, not now, but another time. But yeah, so if you get the movie, enjoy it. If you've seen it, let me know what you think of it. It's an alright movie, but it's very dated, in my view. It's one of those films that you'd expect to watch on VHS and enjoy it a lot more. One of those films that I believe Blu-ray kind of ruins. In the VHS days, it would have been fantastic because it would have had that feel to it. Like, oh, what have I put in? What am I watching? Kind of thing. That might sound like a lot of rubbish, but that's how I feel about it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope if you ever watch it, you enjoy Dead and Buried. So take care, and have a good day.